Being mindful is the practice of maintaining a non-judgmental state of heightened or complete awareness of one's thoughts, emotions, or experiences on a moment-to-moment basis, which can be extremely important while trying to understand and learn more about mental health. So let me welcome you to Mindful Thoughts. My name is Deloris, and I feel like my mission in life is to help break down those barriers around mental wellness by sharing personal stories, tips, and confessions of mental health to help us shine a light on mental wellness. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive in. My confession today is knowing that not every day is going to be hard and that good ones are to come. Now, I first want to say, if you are watching this on YouTube, I am in sweats, I am in a Rick and Morty shirt, my hair is a mess, no makeup, because this is just really how I feel. I wanted to represent how I feel today. And the reason I had this on my mind is because the last 2 weeks, my emotions just feel like they've been all over the place, and my depression's been, hitting me through the day, and my anxiety hasn't been in control. And no matter what I do, I can't seem to focus or get myself to feel better, and I just have these moments where I'm just so overwhelmed. And I know that there are so many of us who feel this way, who have multiple days in a row where we just feel off and it feels like the world is on top of our shoulders. And I just wanted to let you know that even though there are hard days, good ones are to come. And it's something that I have to remind myself is that, even though today's rough and might be hard, tomorrow could be a good day. I could wake up and feel great. And the reason I know I'm having rough days, just to start off with, is because I'm having rough mornings where my alarm goes off and I press snooze and I am sleeping for an extra 30 minutes. And I normally don't do that. I get up, I'm awake for 30 minutes, I work out, and I get myself moving for the day. And when I realize that I'm sleeping in, I know that mentally and physically I just feel off. And I still get up, I still work out, and I work out just to try to de-stress, because in the past that has helped me a lot. But these past few mornings, after I work out, I just still feel very off. And it's a good reminder to myself to, sit with the emotions I have and feel all the feelings, because for a lot of us, we don't want to feel those. And even on those bad days, we want everything to be good. We want to feel good. So we will try to push those emotions away and not feel them. And really, with how I've been feeling, I have just been, allowing myself to feel the emotions, allowing myself to cry. When I get angry, allowing myself to get angry. But a good thing I do too is I talk it out, and I talk it out with my fiance. I express how I'm feeling and my frustrations and my anger and my sadness, and I tell him how I'm feeling and what I'm going through. And it just makes it so much better to just get it out and have it be out there instead of holding it in. And it's hard sometimes, again, when you have weeks or months that you just you don't feel yourself and you feel off and you just want to feel better. And I remember that when I first started dealing with depression and then realizing I had anxiety, I just wanted to feel better. And I had months and months where I was sad and I was crying every day, and I would have a really good morning, but then I'd come home and I'd just be in tears and I couldn't figure it out, and my emotions just were all over the place. And I kept thinking to myself, when are the good days going to come? When am I going to feel better? When am I just going to have a day where everything is just good and I'm happy and life is amazing? And when you're in the darkest places and when you're in the depth of day-to-day struggling and depression and whatever you're going through, it can seem so hard to know that a good day is coming. And for me, it was more of like just learning coping mechanisms and learning how to, try to shift my thoughts from negative to positive. And like, even though it's really hard, I know that when I wake up and I feel a certain way, like, first I talk to my fiance Ken about it, and I open up and tell him, and I sometimes put it on, Instagram or my story, say, hey, this is how I'm feeling today, just in case anybody feels this way. And then I really try to shift my mood, and I try to think positively and say positive, affirmations to myself and quotes to myself, and try to shift it. And not all the time does that work, but it's something that if you are going through the thick of it, you might just try to do, because it might just help a little bit. Or I watch something funny, or I watch funny videos on YouTube or reels, or just something to help me. And I realize too is that I keep myself really busy on those days when it's really bad, because I feel like if I keep myself busy enough, then I'm not focusing on what's going on in my head or how I'm feeling. And sometimes I feel though that when I do that, I'm taking away that moment to sit with my emotions and sit with those feelings and really like diagnose why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling and figure it out. So I encourage you to not to do that, because like I said, it's easy to keep ourselves busy. It's easy to not feel the emotions. It's easy to just, say, okay, it's a bad day. It is what it is. Like, there is no way to turn this around. And I encourage you to sit with the feelings that come up and the emotions come up, and maybe try to figure out why you feel that way, or what it is about the day that's bad. Because that's another thing that I was thinking about too when I was thinking about this episode. I'm like, well, what defines a good and bad day? Like, what to you defines a good day? Is it because you wake up and you're happy, and your breakfast was good, and your car ran good, and you had good conversations with somebody, and you have a smile on your face and you just feel good? And then you're like, what defines a bad day? Well, for me, it's waking up, rolling over, and hitting snooze. That automatically is like, nope, something's up. Getting up and not feeling like working out, but pushing myself to do that. Going through the day, but still feeling overwhelmed and sad, and knowing that I can't wait to get home just to not have to be out and doing anything. And for everybody, your definition of a good day and a bad day is going to look different. But I encourage you to sit with yourself maybe on those good days and say, okay, I'm having a good day. Why am I having a good day? And then when you have a bad day, instead of saying, oh, this is just a bad day, define why it was a bad day. Like, what was it about that day that was bad? What were the feelings you had? What happened that made it a bad day? And that was something I used to do, is when I would wake up really depressed or just really overwhelmed or not feeling like myself, I would say, this is a bad day. And then I would let that ruin the rest of my day. No matter if the rest of the day was good or not, I define this day as what it was. And I think that's important too, is in the morning, your mornings define the rest of your day and how you're going to feel. So if you wake up depressed or down or feeling off and you say this is just a bad day, then the rest of your day you're going to be looking for those bad things to confirm that it's a bad day. And that's why a lot of times when I wake up feeling the way I do, I say, okay, I'm acknowledging that I feel this way. I am trying to maybe sit down with a notebook or something and say, why do I feel this way? How can I work through these feelings so I can feel better and have the rest of the day to be good? Because I would say, this is a bad day. I would wake up just feeling horrible. I would tell my fiance that, I was depressed and it's just a horrible day. And then I would let that ruin the rest of my day. And no matter, like I said, if the rest of the day was good or not, I already defined it as bad. I already said, this is a bad day. This is my depressed day. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to be happy. And it would just be one of those days where you would want, I would want just to go home. I don't even want to go to work. I just want to stay home. I want to crawl back in bed. So I've been working on it myself to define days as not good and bad. I had a rough morning. I rolled over the last week, and then the last 2 days I've slept in. I've still got workouts in. I've still ate my breakfast. I've still gone about my day. and I've still done things that I wanted to get done, because if I let it ruin my day from the beginning, then I would be miserable and not want to get anything else done. So I encourage you on those bad days to first, again, sit with those feelings and acknowledge them, and maybe write down or jot down in your phone, why am I feeling this way? And then not let that ruin the rest of your day. Because if you let that ruin the rest of your day, again, you're going to be looking for those things to confirm why you're feeling the way you're feeling and confirm that it's not a good day. And you're going to sit with those feelings for too long. So I think it's good to say, you know, I don't feel like doing this, but I know that I can keep going. Like, I can't, but I have to keep going, and encouraging yourself to just keep pushing forward and keep, you know, going on even when you don't feel good. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of times when I wake up or I feel the way I feel and I just want to hide from the world. I just want to crawl back in bed and not, you know, deal with it or function. But it's one of those things that, you know, we have to do. And what are you doing? It's just one of those things that we have to do, and I just wanted to share that with you guys today, because really just like feeling the way I've been feeling, and, you know, coming on my second week, just like waking up and knowing I'm feeling off, I just knew that this would be a strong message for anybody who's going through it, to realize, like, even if you follow me on Instagram, even if you know, watch my YouTube channel, you may seem like my life is together and I'm having a great time, but I try to be very open on, you know, my stories and let you in and share with you how I'm feeling, because it's just important to know that, like, not every day is good, but then not every day is bad. But for me, I've had a spout of, you know, bad days, but it's just sitting with it and knowing that good days are coming, and it's okay to feel the way I feel, and I will not let that ruin my day or ruin my life. I am simply just going to, you know when I need to just take a step back, know when I need to rest, know when I need to group, and just really, again, knowing that good days are coming, and it's okay to just have a bad day and feel the way I'm feeling, and, you know, just be where I'm at right now today, and knowing that I can go to sleep and wake up tomorrow and not feel this way. So I just want to share that with you guys, share it with anybody who's going through hard days in a row, that I encourage you to just say to yourself and know that even though we have bad days, you know, good ones are to come. And that is my confession of mental health today. Thank you so much for listening to another episode. And you know what would be so amazing? If you shared, left a comment, and liked this episode. Any type of support and love for this podcast is going to help it grow more and more every day. I'm so grateful to have you here, and I'll talk to you again soon.